My dad, Jana, some of the little girls, not so little anymore. We're getting it done. Packing it up. Having a little pizza party. Jana brought the Dominoes. We're getting it all done. Jana just installed this faucet last night because we didn't have one. And then we got half the privacy fence up on that side over there. But already somebody cracked down a section of the fence. You can see it over there.
Hey everyone, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. It's Tuesday, September 13th. We are going to do this video as a voiceover. Don't be upset, I'll be back. I promise. We're just a little under the weather today and not feeling like getting ready. But this will be a big day for videos, hoping to get about 3 out in total. Today we're going to talk about Jessa and Jana and a new video that was posted by Jessa on her channel. We'll also talk in another video about Joy and Jana Duggar and some drama going on there, and move on to a topic related to the sister wives. We are going to be very busy today, so buckle up, hold on tight, let's go. Before we dive into this video, do me a huge favor and give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you have not yet subscribed, and turn those notifications on so you know when I go live and new content loads. All right, so Jessa Duggar uploaded a brand new video on her channel, Jessa Seewald, and in her video, she made the decision to surprise Ben and move into their new home in Springdale after they had been working for months to renovate the home in the parking lot of their church into a place for the family. So Jessa was moving out of a house that had previously been owned by her grandmother, Mary, and the home was lived in by numerous people throughout the years, including it was the first home for Josh and Jana Duggar. This house is currently still on the market, so Jessa and Ben have not yet sold their property, and that house is currently listed for $275,000. And it is being sold as a commercial property. It sounds like the plans are that this area, because she's right by a freeway, is going to turn into something commercial, whether it's for healthcare or a gas station. It's on the market. She's yet to sell it. She had mentioned that she was under contract, but so far it appears as though it's not pending and it's still up for sale. So while she still struggles to sell that house, they have finished the parsonage that they are using through Ben's church, Emmanuel Baptist Church. So the house is in the parking lot, basically, of the church. The house is owned by the church, and when she walks into the house, you can see that there's like a lockbox on the doorway, basically for administrators or people from the church to have access to the home. Similar to the box that's on the home of Jeremy and Ginger Volo. So this video is interesting because Jessa decides that she is going to move them out without telling Ben. Ben's going to go to work and they're going to do this within a few hours. In order to accomplish this goal, she decides to elicit the help of her sisters and her father. One of the most notable absences in this video to me is the absence of all of her brothers. Now, this could be that it's likely during the workday, and her brothers all have jobs in construction, so it's unlikely that they might have been available to help on a day like that, but I was just kind of stunned. Not even Jackson was there to help, or James, or none of the boys were there. So during this event, Jim Bob Duggar shows up, and Jessa actually refers to them as the dream team, which I kind of got a chuckle from.
You know that? Why was that right? The last time you're going to your new house. You're going to sleep in your new house tonight.
Got the dream team here. My dad, Jana, some of the little girls, not so little anymore. We're getting it done. Packing it up.
The dream team consisted of Jim Bob Duggar, Jana Duggar, Johanna Duggar, Jordan Duggar, and Jennifer Duggar. The dream team consisted of 4 Duggar daughters and Jim Bob. One of the very first components of this team that I got a lot of messages about, as well as people leaving comments on my post, was that they could not believe that Jana was wearing pants in front of her father. And they were also surprised that Jana was wearing pants in front of Jim Bob, but not the younger girls. There has been a rule in the Duggar home for years that the girls do not wear pants, and they have modesty standards, and the girls have to wear skirts that are below the knees. And the younger girls that are not 18 or older adhere to these rules. And once they turn 18, even until Jana was in her 30s, was not wearing pants. She did not debut wearing pants until last summer of 2021, following the arrest of Josh Duggar. So people were actually shocked, stunned, to see Jana wearing pants in front of her father. Jim Bob didn't seem to even care or notice, and I think this is just a everyday occurrence, likely for Jana wearing her pants. Is she breaking Jim Bob rules? Is she defying Jim Bob and Michelle's rules? Absolutely. To this day, Jim Bob and Michelle do not agree with women wearing pants. Despite all of the online rumors that Michelle wears pants, it's not true. She wears skirts and then leggings underneath. That's what you've seen Michelle in. But Jana is fully wearing pants. The younger girls are not allowed to wear pants. Another aspect of this video that kind of struck with me is that Jana is still very heavily involved in helping her sister Jessa. There's been a lot of rumors this summer that Jana has moved out of the family house, that she's living on her own, which are not substantiated or even, verified, or even, no, there's no facts behind these rumors. And I think the fact that she's with her younger sisters and her dad helping Jessa move just shows that she is still living with her father and her mother. But what I was struck with in this video is that Jessa still heavily relies on her sister Jana to help her with so much in her house. And this was always a criticism of Jessa about her using Jana, from anything of helping around her house or decorating or fixing things, in the sense that people just felt like Jana was Cinderella to Jessa's, she was Cinderella to Jessa being the wicked stepsisters. And the truth is that Jana is probably just the kind of person that enjoys helping. But in this video, she even shows that Jana is there with her, and she installed a sink in her house, which I thought was interesting. Check this out.
Pizza party. Jana brought the Dominoes. We're getting it all done.
Yeah. No, it's a chicken Caesar.
Jana just installed this faucet last night because we didn't have one. And then we got...
What amazes me about all of this is that Jana is still helping so much with this home that I truly hope she's compensated in some way for the work that she does for her sister. It seems like a lot to have your sister install sinks, move for you. She helped with the renovations. I just hope Jana's getting paid for her work. I don't know if she has. It seems like Jessa might have gotten or benefited from the labor of her siblings because Ben is a pastor and they probably feel like they're helping a man of God. That's the only thing I can think of. But the other aspect of all of this is that by moving without Ben there, they've taken away Ben's whole ability to help in the situation, which I find odd. It's like Ben isn't the kind of guy that likes to get dirty, isn't the kind of guy that likes to do housework, isn't a fixer-upper kind of guy. And I'm not trying to be sexist. That's just, he's not that kind of guy. So Jessa is the one that consistently takes on that role in their marriage. And they do this entire move without even telling him. And while it's surprising, I'm sure, and it's cool. It just seems like something that you would want to tell your spouse about doing. Now, either way, he was surprised, he was happy, it all went off without a hitch. But Jana is still heavily helping in Jessa's home. And I really exactly hope, like I said, I hope Jessa gives her sister like some sort of compensation for the work that she does. Otherwise, I feel like she could be taking advantage of Jana's kindness. All right, so by now we know that Jana has been breaking some rules with her pants. She's still heavily helping her sister Jessa with her life, from helping her move, helping her renovate her house, helping her with her kids. Yeah, that's right. She actually traveled with Jessa to the SBC annual conference and was helping watch Jessa's kids while Jessa and Ben were at the event, and now helping with this move. One other spot in this video that I thought was just interesting to note was that Jessa was talking about how they had put up their privacy fence in their backyard, and they got about halfway through, and she said that somebody had broken down part of the fence. And I don't know, she didn't really say why she believed that or if the boards had just fallen, but she made it seem like the neighbors are trying to spy on her. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know if people would go to those lengths, but it's an interesting tidbit. Check this part out.
Half the privacy fence up on that side over there, but already somebody cracked down a section of the fence. You can see it over there. Literally just like ripped the boards off and kicked them in or something. So that's no good. We'll have to get that fixed. We cannot.
So I thought it was interesting that a part of their property had already been destroyed, and they had only lived there, they hadn't even moved in at this point, and someone was trying to tear down their fence. And that kind of prompted me to look at a map to find out what are the overall rates of crime in the area that they're moving into. And I was actually startled to find that the neighborhood that they're moving into is actually one of the highest areas of crime in the city of Springdale. The city of Springdale actually has a high level of crime per capita. It's odd because it's not a huge town. It's not a huge city. I think it's only 85,000 people, but it has considerable crime problems. And the area that she's in has a rating of an F when it comes to the worst kind of crimes. There's lots of property crimes, but there's also violent crime that's in the area that she's living in. So it's also heavily commercial. So there's a lot of, traffic in the area that she's living in. They're on a residential street, but there's also a lot of, stores and parks, and it's not your typical like subdivision by any means. They are moving from a more secluded area that was quite quieter to a very heavily congested urban setting, and an area that's not as safe as her other places. So I hope they can figure out what happened with the fence and make sure that they stay safe where they're at. It's, always concerning when you're thinking about like having so many little kids in one area. And it's also just sort of another reminder to me about the inequity that occurs in the Duggar family, where, Jessa and Ben were on the show for how long? And this is where they're living, in a parsonage not owned by them, in a church that is not, again, owned by them, in an area that's not the safest place for kids, in the church parking lot. It's just an odd choice. And I truly hope that this isn't a precursor for what could come living in that neighborhood. Long story short, Jana's breaking rules. Jessa's house, while looks great, not the best neighborhood of Springdale, and some neighbors have already destroyed her fence. I hope they can get the fence repaired and they remain safe in their new home. Jana is doing things her own way, and Jim Bob is like, I don't give a flying F, apparently. Or not. I don't know. Tell me what your thoughts are in the comments below. Bye, guys.